We're currently on a road towards Samani, and you can probably just make out that is the Islamgarh Mirpur bridge just over there in the distance. Quite a height. Look at this. Another beautiful area. So just before I head back, it is definitely the last trip. Look at this. So all of these views are like within maybe half an hour from our house. Look at this, wonderful. That's provided you like nature. If you don't like nature, then you're going to hate this. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. All of that blue water is Mangla Dam. So we're heading to a place called Panjini, which I didn't know about, but that's the place where Mian Baksh wrote the Saif al-Muluk. So inshallah, the intention is to read Juman and Namaz there today, inshallah. These are monkeys. Hey, look at this, monkeys on our route. बाहर ना निकली ना उसके ऊपर होना वैसे केला ऐसे दे उसने यार तो केला ही कौन लबना लग गया तो सीधा सटना ये सर आप पे चिल्ली खाना ना वो आपको करना आएगा सर सर उसकी देना उसकी भी अता देना अरे जोड़ी सी जी हूं क्या पानी है ऊपर क्या है. Yeah, we finally got to Panjini. I don't know if you can see that red post there in the video in the far distance. We're going to go a bit closer to that as well, but that is the point that has been marked. This is where Mian Baksh used to sit, and that's where he used to write the Saif al-Muluk. That there looks like the Batak. So look at this, again, beautiful views. Look at this. So there we are, the origins of Saif al-Muluk. We've just given the monkeys some peaches, and look at that, there's a couple of them there. There's one at the bottom there. Oh, there he is. He's running there. He's running towards the beach. There we are. Yeah, just come a bit closer to the place here. That's the Jame Masjid there. We're about an hour away from Juma Namaz. Kids just playing cricket there. So yeah, inshallah. So the intention is to read Juma here, then head back towards the waterfalls in Samani, Sandoa waterfalls. So let's see. So very relaxed. So we've just got to the Batak of Mian Baksh, and look at this. We'll probably head to that final point as well, where I was saying the point that is marked where he used to, that was his favorite sitting place, where he used to write. There we are, the Batak of Mian Baksh. So this would have been one of the places that he would have visited often and stayed some time here. He's obviously buried in Khadi Sharif in district Mirpur. some narrative there in Urdu. I'll try and read it and see if I can understand what it's talking about. Yeah, so this is the place where Huzur Mian Sahib used to sit and used to read namaz as well. And on the board were just so he used to come here during for the 6 months, you know, when it's hot here. So it would be cool up here when it's very hot in the rest of Pakistan or the rest of Azad Kashmir. And he used to spend 6 months here. Now in 1907 when he passed away, before that when he got quite poorly, then he'd said to the people to, you know, take him to Khadi Sharif, and that is where he's now buried. So although this looks like a grave, well, it is a grave because a few of the belongings of Mian Muhammad Baksh Rahmatullah alayhi, his one of his teeth, and his stick, and what they call a godadi, which was like a, you know, the in those days people used to put all their belongings in a cloth and then basically hang it onto the stick, and then used to walk around like that. So that used to be there. So that is buried here, so that people didn't want that to, you know, that nobody wanted to do any bedbi of that, so they've actually treated it as that and buried it here so that it's seen with the reverence. As you can see there at the base of the tree, this is one of the places where Mian Sahib used to sit. So there's a few places where he used to sit and actually write the Saif al-Muluk, but the majority of it is written in this place here. This year it looks like it's now a masjid. So some history here. For those who believe in these things, I know a lot of people don't believe in these things, but that's their own personal choice. But I certainly believe in the Awliya Ikram, the friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so, you know, I have respect for these sites and I like to visit these sites for that reason. Now walking up towards that point, that post which I showed you very early on in the video, one of the places where you can tell I'm out of breath, where Mian Sahib used to write some of the Saif al-Muluk, and I'll just share the views with you. It's absolutely stunning. Look at this. So we've climbed quite a distance, and I think there's something written there as well, so I'll just capture that. Yeah, so this is Yadgar Mian Muhammad Baksh Rahmatullah alayhi. There you go. So it's just a pillar in his remembrance of one of the places where he used to sit to write that wonderful kalam, the Saif al-Muluk. And as we look down here, it is whether it's a city or a town of Chadhoi. So that's all there in the valley there. There, look at that. Stunning views, like I was saying, beautiful. I'm not surprised Mian Sahib used to sit up here. And in those days, he passed away in 1907. So maybe 150 years ago, when he used to come here, he used to sit up here and gained inspiration to write that kalam, the great kalam, the Saif al-Muluk. And like I said before, what wonderful views. I didn't even know about this place. It just so happened that I met somebody on the flight in, and he mentioned that he was from Panjini, and he's the one who actually told me. So before that I wasn't aware of this. So that was a great encounter as well, because I'll tell you one thing, it's brilliant. Look at this, the whole place is brilliant. Still going higher and higher, so we still haven't reached the peak of this I'll call it a mountain, call it a hill. So when you're driving up, you could hardly see any houses or anything, but it's actually when you get to the top here, you realize how occupied this area is. Great. So I think that's about it from Panjini. As I said, great experience. It's nearly Jummah time, so we'll be heading back, read Jummah Namaz, and then inshallah head back. Yeah, I'm just about a couple of hundred meters away from the that post which I showed you, and look at that, right on the top somebody's building a house there. And look at the views from this side, absolutely stunning. Look at that, stunning views. Look at the drop down there. So the people in these areas have natural food, nice clean air. No wonder they live, a lot of them live past 100, because of the purity of the air and purity of the food that they're eating. Not too many E numbers in there. Just a bit more information I've learned. So that place Chiroi I was showing you, you can see the mountain range in the middle. On behind that mountain, so that big mountain you can see in the background, that's actually India. So this is how close we are to the Indian border. So the peaks on this side is Pakistan. On the other side there's another valley, and opposite that valley, the big mountain you can see, that's actually in India.